Bulgaria is a lovely country. It's called the Switzerland of the Balkans. And it's, if you can see the counters of Bulgaria, which one does it remind you of? Remind you of the United States? Isn't it very similar countries? I wanted the Consul-General, thank you for bringing the map, by the way, and for the picture. Now I can tell you the gratitude that we have to extend it will always be forever grateful, A, to the Bulgarian people, to the clergy, and just to the people. They are very, I guess to tell you something, I mean, to imagine in the 19th century to grant equal rights to all citizens. Majority of the Jews in Bulgaria were Sephardic Jews. We lived in a beautiful home. Downstairs an apartment, and upstairs the landlady lived. Gentleman would walk down the beautiful garden in the morning, and he would tell his wife, Zhivke, come out, let me look at you, how beautiful you are. So we all played together, Armenian, Bulgarian, Turkish. It was euphoric, unheard of. Beautiful life. It was like a dream. 1940, the darkest clouds are coming over from Europe. We're in temple, Yom Kippur, the holiest of holy. And my mother is upstairs with the ladies, and we're downstairs. And again, rumors that we'll be sent to the camps, dark as could get. And the rabbi expounded, and you have chosen us of all the people to be your chosen people. And my father very quietly, so choose somebody else already. Now I have to tell you very quickly, the Bulgarian king was half German, half king. A brilliant, brilliant man. The Church of Bulgaria was absolutely very sympathetic, very tolerant, and very wonderful toward the Jews. In 1942, under the auspices of the fascist government, it came enacted by the commissary, which is the people that dealt with the Jewish question. A very ugly rumor began to float all over. The Jews of Thracia and Macedonia were sent to the camps, and we were next. And here is when the saints went to the king with people from the assembly and pleaded. He says, no way. Metropolitan Kirill went to the king and said, those are our people, those are my people. I will prostrate myself across the railroad tracks. You're not getting them, you're not taking them anywhere. Unheard of, no place else in Europe. They moved a finger. But these saints went and they interceded on our behalf, the people interceded on our behalf, and the king had to sign that edict. The king disappeared. They couldn't find him. He didn't sign the edict. Finally the word came out, we were saved. Never forget that. We're all assembled there. The chief of police gets up, looks at all of us and says, Jews, go home, your lives have been spared. This is when you see the beauty of people that were tolerant, they cared, and the Jews were very, very well integrated into that society, as I said. Is it done? Christina?
Yes. Okay.
The communists at that time, it's surprising, but they let all the Jews of Bulgaria go. They left, you know, and very reluctantly they wanted to leave Bulgaria, but they did not like the idea of living under the communists, so they came to Israel, and 5 years later we were reunited. Not for too long, because 3 years after that I came to America. For the first time I went back to Bulgaria. I hadn't been there in 55 years. And one of the things that I wanted to see right away, to request an audience with Metropolitan, the successor of the Metropolitan Kirill, Metropolitan Stefan. Those are the two of all the rest of the bishops that interceded vehemently on behalf of ours, and very, very instrumental in saving the Jews there. Then I asked them, would you please arrange for us to go and pray at the monastery where these saints were buried? I said, of course. And he made the arrangement, and we went to the monastery of Bachkovo, Bachkovo Monastery. The igumen, who is the head of the monastery, couldn't have given us better. I had the best meal there. These guys know how to cook lamb, let me tell you. And then I asked him to please give us 2 monks to have a memorial service for these 2 saints. He said, wonderful. We went in there. The church was packed. You couldn't drop a pin. They performed a beautiful service in memory of these 2 saints. And now I asked them to make arrangements for me to go and pay my respects to the king, who is buried in the monastery of Rila. It's one of the most famous monasteries in Europe.
Thank you to everybody who came to honor our good friend, Anglo-Bulgarian Jewish friend Aaron. For us, he's a great ambassador of Bulgaria and of the Jewish people in America, and we cherish the long tradition which the Jews have had in Bulgaria. We think that people like Mr. Aaron really show to the outside world how the different religions can work in harmony, not just in Bulgaria but in other places as well. And we do hope that the model which we had in Bulgaria many years ago and have at the moment can be taken to other parts of the world, particularly the Middle East, where that model can particularly work very well if there's goodwill on all parts. And we hope that the good word and the good message will be heard in many places outside of the States as well. Thank you very much for coming.
She's organizing a symposium which will be given at October 24th under the auspices of Mr. Levy and Christina, and there I have all the information there. They dug deep into the archives. This lady did a wonderful job with that. So this is my story, folks. Thanking the museum to allow us to really finally spread the word of the great thing that the Bulgarian people and the saints of the church, they did for us. And I'll reiterate that there is a word in Hebrew in the Bible, 2 words, never nadarti, which means I have given my word. And I have given my word to my mother, exactly that I will pray at their graves, and I'm grateful to have had the chance to do that. And thank you very much for listening.